Because I love the way your body day, okay? Follow this wave. I don't wanna play that game you play. I don't want you to leave, I just wanna make you stay. Because I love the way your body moves.
Now
It didn't matter. We're live now.
Didn't matter.
Didn't
We're live
matter.
now. We were live.
Even though I started with this
5
D, we're not
seconds
talking
ago.
about Diddy today. Hey, no, Diddy is in the whole. He's in like.
You know the movie came out. It's on Tubi.
They're not even really worried about the Tubi version. They worried about the 150 Cent trying to sell to Netflix. Because you know how you go to like, you can go to Walmart and you go to Target. One is like kind of luxury, kind of make you feel like, okay, I'm spending money. And Walmart, let me just get what I need and get the fuck out of here. That's how it is watching it too, because I haven't gotten a lot of reviews.
I've never watched Tubi before
I
in my life.
just opened up my my Roku TV, and then
You see
it's
it, right?
like right there on
I think
the
it's a
side,
TMZ. I think it's a
the
TMZ production.
downfall of Diddy.
I've never watched Tubi in my life.
You don't know what you missed?
Not once.
It's a place where you go and you just laugh at their bullshit.
Oh, really?
The acting is you
Terrible.
don't go there and expect to be wild. You go there expect to be like just laugh.
But they do
Oh.
have old movies on there.
Yeah, yeah.
You just have to watch them.
You can watch some local channels. for
I
free.
said I was never watching Tubi when I watched this video on Instagram that they said came from Tubi.
Kevin
They were basically trying to say it was like, you remember that Angelina Jolie movie Wanted, the one with the guns that they be bending bullets.
Is that Wanted us? Yeah,
That's Wanted.
Yeah.
So they had one on Tubi, and this person was hiding behind a tree. The whole thing just looked it looked like a Nigerian movie.
Do you watch Nigerian movies?
Yeah.
So why would you?
But
discriminate?
I don't watch Nigerian movies because of how it looks aesthetically. I watch Nigerian movies because of the story. The story.
I watch Nigerian movies because of how crazy funny it is.
I watch
And this
but
it'd be like, Ronke, where did you go?
but it's interesting.
What are
though.
you talking about?
But
Like, it's so
and they have some good. They really have some good Nigerian movies.
just
though.
like she said, they have some really good Tubi movies.
Name
Some
one.
real, with some
Name
real actors.
name me a good.
Y'all put it in the
Tubi
comments
movie,
because
and I'll go watch.
I'm not going to
Did you want to
jeopardize.
go live on your Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to jeopardize the integrity of Tubi by giving you a suggestion that's not at the top of my head right now. So I'm gonna do some research. And if you're in
No,
the
the thing
comments,
about it, Tubi is like, say for instance, you actually are a producer and you came out with something. You can
Mhm.
actually hit up Tubi and like, hey, can you put my project on Tubi?
Mhm.
So then it gives you a option for random people to watch your movie for a cheaper price than it would if you tried to go
I
to
completely
Netflix.
agree. It's like you're
Because-
auditioning.
Yeah,
like
so
They want to see your talent, right? When you go and you were trying out for boxing because you used to box or you still box, and you want to join like the Mayweather team, and then Mayweather says, "I'm going to invite you to my camp. Show me what you got," right?
Mhm.
But instead of going to the Mayweather team, you go to like this lower level, and then they see you, they're like, "Bro, he's really good."
Mhm.
Mayweather, you need to go see him, and then you go to the Mayweather gym. These people that are on Tubi, some of them will stay on Tubi because they're filming. With
Some
their
of them don't
iPhone.
need to be on Tubi. They do.
It's still
you know how like they have the I think, what is it, the Sun Fest, the one for the movies, the Sun Festival.
yeah.
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 So think of the Sun Festival, but it's on
on platform.
yeah, it's on an app, because
app,
Tubi
yeah.
is an app. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So all of the things that are on your Roku smart TV is an app. So Tubi is an app
Yeah.
that people can call and be like, hey, because I have some right now that has a movie on Tubi, and it'll give you the stats and stuff like that, where they can go and say, listen, I've been on Tubi for 6 months and I've already have 1,000 views or 10,000 views. Hey, would you help, could you be the executive producer and let me get it on the big screen? You see what I'm saying? These are
Okay.
places where
We're doing the exact
Script-
same thing, bro.
script writers,
We're going on Instagram, YouTube, and then one day, just like Joe Rogan, he's on Spotify.
Well, I don't think he's on Spotify. Well,
I think
anymore.
I think he signed the largest contract in Spotify history for podcasts.
But I think his contract ran out.
So I think he's about
Because-
it doesn't matter
Because
the
he's
fact
back
that
on-
he did it.
exactly, and
That's what's
he was
dope about it.
Yeah, you start.
yeah,
you
I
start
know that.
small, and then who's to say like 3 of these Tubi movies, right? This same producer makes 3 Tubi movies, and they are the most viewed each time he releases his series or his movie. Amazon calls him and says, "We want the rights to your movies now.
Mhm.
We're going to sign you for 5 years. You're going to make 10 movies, and we're going to give you $70 million." That's going to be for your team, the
Mhm.
production, and everything. So now you're no longer making Tubi quality. You're now making the quality you see on Netflix.
I get it, but I'm saying that has that happened yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Who's come from Tubi?
Oh, you know Chris Stokes, the B2K guy, the Marcus Houston guy.
Marcus Houston?
Chris Stokes was the genius behind B2K, and he's related to him. Like I think
Right.
Chris Stokes' sister is married to Marcus Houston's. That's Marcus Houston's wife.
Okay.
But he had a lot. I think he still has a lot on Tubi. But he's graduated and put some stuff on Amazon. I think he's put a little bit on different. There's a platform called Crackles owned by Sony. So he's trying to get to a place where now you're getting paid. It's like you want to be you're an artist, right? So you release music independently, and then Def Jam calls you or WizKid listens. Who's like, this guy waiting to happen. Man, I signed this. I want to sign you, man. Come to Abuja. Let me sign. And then you sign to a bigger record with the pretenses of you making better music, because the music you're making right now is good, but they can make it better. And I think that's what Amazon. Yeah, you're right. His contract is it. No. Kevin Cash says that Joe Rogan's contract's up because it's been posted on YouTube again. Okay, so he doesn't. You're right. He's not with Spotify, but when he was with Spotify, he was getting paid a lot of money.
Yeah, but I believe he left Spotify because he saw, from what I hear, he saw how Club Shay Shay was doing, and he was like,
Let me do me.
yeah.
And Club
Because
Shay Shay didn't even have an opportunity to have like a Spotify. He just came out from his TV shows. He's
Yeah.
not TV shows. Him being an athlete.
And he was also on TV. He was
exactly.
Yeah. So
And people fell in love, and they still love Shannon Sharp.
yeah.
You know, I think some of his podcasts are a little controversial sometimes. He had one with Amanda, I forget her last name.
Amanda Seals.
Amanda Seals, and that was a real. I don't know what he was thinking.
Why?
Because he said something to the extent of kids can't be racist. What is your take on that?
Kids being racist?
Toya? An 8-year-old being a racist? Yay or nay?
Yes. Because they're taught. Racism is taught.
Yeah, that's why because
And black people can't be racist.
His wording was
They'd be
that
prejudiced, but not racist.
kids just say and do stupid stuff, right? Amanda says she had an actual experience in school of racism.
Mhm.
These kids were picking on her because of her race. Shannon is saying those kids were just being kids. Amanda's telling Shannon, how dare you try to live in my skin and my emotions at that time, whereas your experience is way different than mine. It's like Toya telling us how it is to be Nigerian. We lived it. Even though she studied it, bro, we lived it. She could never tell us how it was to actually wake up and go to sleep in Nigeria. Shannon Sharp could never tell Amanda how it felt
to be a light-skinned black woman
when they were picking on her. Shannon is black. The only thing that Shannon can go
dark black at that.
Exactly. From the South.
So yeah. So
the only thing that Shannon,
I bet you Shannon has experienced racism.
I bet you Shannon, from like probably 8 years old, was already labeled like an O.J. Simpson before O.J. Simpson's controversial. He was on a pedestal
when he was 8 years old.
He was always in football, in sports. He was an athlete.
Nah, if you listen to his stories, he didn't really get into being a football player until he got into like high school or something.
No, he was there in middle school. He played football in middle school, in high school. Your popularity how long do you think Amanda Seals became popular?
Shannon Sharp did not become popular until he got to the NFL.
He didn't become popular around the world until he got to the NFL. Did we not know Burna Boy before she knew Burna Boy?
Bro,
yes or no?
I'm telling you, because I was watching him play when he was.
What college did he go to?
Savannah.
You was watching him in Savannah?
I said I did not say. I didn't say.
I just asked a question.
I'm talking about his NFL. I'm talking about his NFL career because Savannah was not a big school.
Okay,
then.
I hear you.
So the fact that he came from that school and made it to the NFL because he was not a high draft pick. Shannon Sharp was not a high draft pick.
What pick was he?
He came into I think either the late first or in the middle of the second. He was not a top pick. He didn't come in a top pick.
The 7th round
That's yes.
in the NFL. It's
Yeah.
not the NBA, bro.
The 7th round is way back there, bro. First, so people looked over you. No.
How
People
many
look-
players on the
no, no,
football
time
team?
out, time
How
out.
many players on the football team? How many players are on the
I think
football
like
team?
22.
Okay, how many players on the basketball team?
What, like
So the picks
15?
So the picks are, yeah. So the picks are way, and it's not 22 on football. It's way more than 22.
Okay, excuse me.
Okay, yeah.
You know I'm the facts person.
She's been doing her research.
Mhm. So Shannon Sharpen was an all-state player in 3 sports in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So he was known
Thank you.
in high school.
Thank
He
you.
was not. He was not.
No,
No,
hold on, hold on.
He was
Do you-
all-state
Thank you.
player in
Thank you.
3 sports.
Now let me ask
So
you.
are
this.
you telling
Let me
me?
ask you
So
this.
you're saying?
Go
Hold
back,
up,
go
hold
back, go back and tell me what Amanda Seals was doing in high school at that age.
Wait, you said at
Popularity.
what age?
In high school.
In high school.
He wasn't 8 years old.
I didn't say
You
he
said
was
8
just-
years old,
I
bro.
said Shannon Sharp. Okay. I'll
You
admit.
said 8 years
I take that
old.
back. His age, I got it wrong. I got his age wrong. My point was that Shannon Sharp has been very famous in his community, in the NFL, and in the world way more than Amanda. Amanda had to build her popularity from probably the time she was like
Yeah,
7.
because he went to football in 1987. I was 4.
Thank you.
What's this dude
And
talking
he
about?
was in the
Or 3.
seventh. He was in the
7th round, yes.
Which
in the
means-
NFL,
and do you know how many picks
Uh-huh.
are in? Do you know how many picks
yes.
are in a round?
How many players are on the roster? Sorry, can you get
No. How many picks are in a round? Because you're making it seem
Oh,
like
so we're at football now.
Yeah.
We're at professional football.
yes.
Okay, so we skipping all that other stuff. Okay, we're not
My
talking
point
about
is,
college.
he was not always Shannon Sharp. He didn't become Shannon Sharp until he got to the NFL.
Even though she just
and he
said he
became-
was an all-star
No,
in 3 different sports. He wasn't the Shannon
in
Sharp.
high school.
In high school.
And then
What was LeBron in high school? Was he not a phenom in high school, an All-American in high school? Right? When you were in,
in high school, he first started off playing basketball.
Who?
I mean football.
who? LeBron.
Yes.
Yeah, Draymond Green, Allen Iverson, they all did it.
Yes. So nobody was looking at LeBron as a great basketball player
Yes,
when
they
he
did.
was playing football.
Ron Artest said at 15. Ron Artest was on a
When he
podcast.
was
And you-
playing football,
but-
they were not looking at him as a basketball player.
But at 15, football or
I
basketball,
love being a girl on here.
at 15, I can tell you without a doubt that if a professional basketball player comes on a podcast and says at 15 he was ready for the NBA, that tells you how great of a player he was going to become. If you're telling me right now that Shannon Sharp was an All-American or all whatever for 3 different sports, that's to tell anybody that once he made it professional, it was going to be a wrap.
That does
It's-
not mean that's not what it
He
means.
was 7th round
Round.
with he was a 192 pick for the
Overall.
Denver Broncos. Come on, Toya, get it out. And that was in 1990.
Mhm.
Now, let me
Nobody thought Shannon. Nobody
well,
thought Shannon Sharp was going to be
via Google.
I think he's here 2
via
or 3 times.
Google.
Mhm.
Via
3 or
Google.
2-time champion.
He's a 3-time champion.
Yeah,
You're
3 times. Nobody thought he was going to be a 3-time champion. Nobody was saying, "Oh yeah, Shannon Sharp is going to be a 3-time champion in the NFL."
right. They kind of did though.
Well, okay,
Bro.
y'all. So I Google how did Shannon Sharpton become famous? It says he developed into one of the most dangerous offense weapons in the NFL. And it says it started in 1990. So Shannon Sharpton is, let's see how old he is. Because this
I think he's like in his 50s. I think Shannon Sharp is in
If you don't have your hips replaced, you're in your 50s.
he had his
he's 55.
There we go.
he's in
And
his
let's see how old
Amanda. Amanda got to be
Amanda-
like 40, 42.
yeah, Amanda's like 40 something.
So it's like a 8. No, it's like a.
she's 42. So that's 10 years difference, right?
13.
So his racism was worse than her racism.
That's all, and that's all I'm saying. I'm
I know,
saying
but
that
he said-
Shannon Sharp experience. You can't say Shannon Sharp does
But
not
he-
know how it feels to
But
be
he said he
labeled
he-
a racist
But he said kids cannot be racist.
And he's probably saying kids cannot be racist
because they're either being taught
That's
Like, well, they're mimicking what they see most likely at
Let
home.
me tell you verbatim what he said so that you don't. He said kids cannot be racist because kids just come out and say the stupidest things. Like,
right.
they'll look at you like, oh, you're gay. Or, oh, you're, or you're,
because they're here.
or
they-
you're.
because they hear it from
So
their
it's taught.
community.
So that's what they're saying, that when kids do that, they don't really mean it. They're just saying that.
And I think that's what he's trying to say. I don't
But
think
where
he's-
Shannon, where he messed up was putting his thoughts and beliefs and his situation into somebody else's. That's why I use a prime example that if you and she try to argue that Nigeria is this, and that, and we're like, no, it's not. And she's like, yes, it is. I've studied this. And we're like, what you studied is false because we actually lived it. We can say that because we've experienced it. Amanda is saying what she went through is valid. Shannon Sharp is saying what she went through was just kids being kids. How are you going to tell her how she feels? That's where he was wrong.
now if the part where
I'm not
him trying to tell her how she feels, yes.
Yeah.
But I do kind of see where he's coming from in the sense of saying
does.
where he's trying to say that I don't think the kids were trying to be racist. Most likely, maybe they were just trying to
Did
be.
you know the kids?
I was just saying, like, because all I'm saying is that because in a way, I'm not going to say I think like him, but I always think of I don't try to think down a one-way street.
Out the box.
I try to give a broader thought process to a whole situation,
I
especially when there's not like concrete facts about a situation. I try to be open-minded.
But
And I think that's what he was trying to, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just saying what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
Bro.
he was just trying to be open-minded to the fact, hey, kids, they mimic things that their parents say and their
I
family
just
say.
think that it was just said wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
on Shannon
See,
Sharp's part.
Most likely
yeah,
he said
she
it wrong.
said it
Yeah.
wrong where it offended her versus him basically saying, hey, from, he could have just said, hey, from my understanding,
My experience.
from my experience,
They're
kids
just-
are not racist,
Right.
can't be racist because that racism is taught.
And I
You
always,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Right.
And
always
so
believe-
she could have been like, you can't, like I said, it's taught. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
He should have made it I feel versus as a fact.
Right.
That's where he messed up.
like you're
and
trying
that's
to
where-
attack her like it didn't happen, or
Right.
what you witnessed, you're reading too much into it. And I always say that you almost have to read somebody before you almost get into a debate or discussion with them.
He's never been a journalist, and people have to also understand
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
But in
They have to understand that.
you also have to understand he even said it. He said, when you come on this platform, I'm not interviewing you.
Mhm.
You're coming here and you're just coming to
Talk.
Talk.
We're having a conversation.
That's
I may
why
ask
I
you a couple of
journalist-
questions.
His best one was the cat Williams. He's had a couple of other really good ones, but it was with men his age, men that experienced almost what he, or women. I don't think him and Monique's interview went well. I think she went in there trying to throw darts and bazookas on people.
Well, no, but she's been
out there. doing it.
I will say this about Monique. Monique has always been vocal about how she feels the entertainment
Treated her.
entertainment thing has treated her.
Can I ask you? A
She's
question?
always been vocal since like
Day one.
5-6 years
Day one.
ago. Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question. At one point, don't you just they slammed the door on me? Cat has opened up a door for you. They're on tour right now.
Right.
I know 50 has opened up a door for you because you've been in some of his shows. She was in BMF. So why are you still attacking these people when other people are opening up doors for you? I feel like every year I see her attacking DL Hughley. Every year I see her attacking somebody that has done her wrong, and Oprah and Tyler Perry, that has done her wrong like 10 years ago.
But if they did her wrong, if they actually did her wrong, I mean, what's the problem though?
Why do you keep having to be okay? So if your boss did you wrong and you got fired, are you gonna keep telling me about this boss every time I link up with you?
Well, I mean, if I would want to be compensated for my time and be compensated for
I'll hire
the
a
money
lawyer.
I've missed out.
I'll hire a lawyer to sue you
You
on the low. I will sue you.
for what?
You just said my money, my back wages.
Uh-huh.
You owe me.
But why would you sue me if I'm out here being vocal for you doing me wrong?
No. I'm talking about. You're saying Monique is owed money, right?
No, I'm saying that No, I'm not saying she's old. Like I'm not saying like
What is
I'm
the
saying that
genesis
they
of her
black. Okay, let me put it like
What is
this.
the
She
genesis
said
of her
that they
beef?
blackballed her.
Yes.
He said that they blackballed her out of, especially Black Hollywood. They've blackballed her.
Mhm.
If that is true,
Okay, so why
If that
why
is-
had they blackballed her?
No,
Why?
they blackballed her out of the main industry. She cannot get big roles
because
You
of,
see-
because they
so
blackballed.
therefore, she is like, listen, until I'm able to get back on the big screen,
Mhm.
I'm going to
To let
basically
people
go.
know.
No, that's why she
Why-
can't like let it go.
Why was she black? Why?
Well, according to what she said, is this. She said that when she was I can't remember the movie that her
Precious.
was it Precious?
I think
it was
that was
Precious.
her
She
last
but
didn't
big-
want to.
she wanted to spend time.
promote
Basically,
it.
she said it was not in her contract to go and start going around promoting the movie. She said it was
Internationally.
internationally.
Okay.
They said Oprah and Tyler wanted her to come and promote the movie. I know it was Oprah. I'm not sure if it was Tyler there, but I know Oprah wanted her to come promote the movie. They said they'll bring her a plane to come pick her up. She said, "I'm good. I'm spending time with my family."
Can we be honest now? If that's a reason why she was blackballed, are you guys really saying that that was wrong?
I'm not saying it's wrong.
No, see, they feel.
I'm not saying it was wrong.
That what they said is that, what they feel is if Oprah tells you to do something,
You should do it.
should do it. Do
Basically,
you see what I'm saying? And she was just like, white people, other people are getting paid for this. I'm
You're
not
not
getting paid for this.
Getting paid for what? To go promote the movie?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, I wasn't overseas. That wasn't in my contract.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they paid me, I would have go.
Mhm.
But and I think there was like, they had Tyler talk to her.
Mhm.
I think that's how Tyler got into it. Tyler
Right.
talked to her like, man, just go ahead. And I guess,
And then when she didn't do it, according to her, they said she's difficult to deal to work with.
yeah.
She's this, she's that. So now when especially white people in the industry hearing a black woman is difficult to work with, what do you think is going to happen? People are not going to book you.
So are we also going to talk about the fact that she called out Amy Schumer for having a special on Netflix that she didn't get?
No, I think it was because
everything
yeah.
happened.
Right.
because I think she said that what they offered her, the money that they offered her, wasn't she didn't feel it was
Kevin Cash.
adequate to her, her legend, basically. That she believed she believed she deserved more money because of what she has done in the past.
It says she refused to
What?
promote the film at the Cannes Film Festival for free against the advisement of director Lee Daniels and producer Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. Monique is still waiting for an apology from Oprah and Tyler
An apology for what?
If they
For asking her to.
for her being called difficult to work with, and that's not true when other people get paid for things. And they said that they didn't like the fact that she was not trying to do it in good faith.
So we've only heard one side of the story because you're saying according to Monique.
yeah,
And
because
we haven't heard Tyler Perry
Well,
or Oprah or
They're not going to say nothing.
they're not going to say
or
that.
Lee Daniels.
Yeah, no. Lee Daniels, I believe because I work with Madison.
Yeah.
Madison is cool with Monique
Mhm.
and everything. So because of her, I would say Monique and Lee Daniels
Have you met
are
Monique?
cool. Yeah. Because of her, Lee Daniels and Monique are back on good terms.
Yeah. Because of Madison.
Yeah, because she got
She got
them
them back on the-
talking.
okay.
Yeah, she got them talking together.
Mhm.
I mean, but the whole thing about Tyler Perry and Oprah, I mean, they've had plenty of opportunities to come and say, "Hey, this isn't true," or "It is true," or they've had their opportunity, but they refuse to say anything.
I just feel like if she claims to be blackballed, right?
Uh-huh.
And you have a problem with D.L. Hughley, Tyler Perry,
Mhm.
Oprah Winfrey. She had a problem with I think she had a problem with Steve Harvey, I think she does too, and Kat. Not Kat.
Not Kat,
Kevin Hart. She has a problem with all these people, and there's plenty more, right?
Uh-huh.
Why is it that we've seen her in little roles here and there? She's on tour right now, and when she's on tour, her whole joke is centered around these people. Everything she's doing right now is centered around what these people have done.
Well, I haven't seen her new one. The one Monique, her Netflix special.
Yeah.
It wasn't centered around.
No. I saw a clip of her. She's on tour with Cat Williams right now.
Oh,
And
this
she
one
took-
is
and
what.
she's telling the crowd to say F Tyler Perry.
Oh,
F
I don't know
Oprah
nothing
Winfrey.
about that. I don't know nothing about that.
Well, she like
I'm not gonna
I
lie
think
to
it's
you.
just more of, she just is defending herself. You know what I'm saying?
But
She's
nobody's
trying to
attacking her. The
Right,
only
see,
person I
that's the
saw
thing,
attacking
that
her was D.L. Hughley.
Listen, the
But-
thing about it is that you don't have to attack somebody publicly. That's why she said they were saying that I was difficult. They didn't say it out loud because we never heard nobody say she was difficult to work with.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But the streets or the industry was like, Monique is difficult to work with. And she said that was how she was labeled. So therefore she couldn't get any jobs. And that's how she's blackballed. So she wants an apology.
What if she
I'm
is
saying-
difficult to work with, though? What if that's an actual fact?
Right, exactly.
Because
And
I'm sorry, go ahead. My bad.
And I looked at it and I was like, maybe that is it. And just everybody's just like, keep on talking. You're doing it to yourself. Because sometimes people just let people hang themselves.
But you know who's difficult to work with, in my opinion? 50 Cent. But you know what 50 has? He has a boss type. He runs his own castle.
Okay.
So he can be an asshole and he can still get his check cashed.
But we also have to think about it like this also.
Mm-hmm.
Besides us hearing that Tyler Perry and Monique are the one, I mean, Tyler Perry and Oprah are the ones that said those things about her. Who else have we heard that said anything like that?
I gave you D.L. Hughley.
That said that she's difficult to work with?
Yeah, D.L. Hughley invited her to his podcast, or he was having something. She showed up, and one of the people, just like you and I have this podcast, and Toya says a joke. And Monique just looks at Toya and is like,
well, because she basically was implying that her husband was gay. That was the joke. The joke was because she talked about it.
Let me ask you a question.
So if she, we can't
ask you
like
this
you
question.
just. But let me before you say that, let me just say this: the same way you said Shannon Sharpe can't tell Amanda Seales how to feel when somebody says something to her. You can't tell Monique how to feel if she does not like a joke that you present towards her.
Okay, so now you said that. Can I rebuttal? Are they not all comedians? Let me give you a flashback. Saturday. You remember when Cat Williams went onto the V103 show and him and what's her name?
I remember.
They were going, and he destroyed her because she thought she had
keep up with.
What was her name? Wanda Sykes.
Yeah, and she talked about his
my
hair.
God, go and watch that.
I
you remember this?
I know it.
Did Wanda get up and leave? Did Cat get up and leave? She tried, and she said some really,
and she couldn't do nothing, and she was hurt, and she was. And guess what?
Monique being a comedian.
Guess what? Monique was hurt.
Let me.
Not Monique. Not Monique. I mean, Wanda was hurt when
because Cat gave her the. Monique has fire on her tongue. If she wanted to ether that person that said something about her husband, she could have. But she wanted to be the difficult diva and walk out. You've done many shows with D.L. Hughley.
But D.L. Hughley wasn't there.
It doesn't matter.
It was one of his. I think he wasn't there. It was one of somebody standing in for him.
That was a comedian. And you're a comedian.
I don't even know the comedian.
Yeah, I don't know who. I don't even know the person.
One of his staff members.
Yeah, exactly.
It was one of his staff members that did it.
D.L. Hughley's a comedian, right?
Right. All of them are.
Just like Ricky Smiley, the Ricky Smiley show. Everybody that's around him.
But you can't tell her how to react in that situation.
I never said that.
But I'm saying that you're criticizing her because he did it. She didn't attack.
Criticize her.
Okay, so what are you trying to do? What's your point of view saying that? What's your point of view saying that she
walked? I said she has a problem with D.L. Hughley because of a joke somebody said that had nothing to do with D.L. Hughley.
Yes, because according to her, she said that
she wanted an apology from D.L. Hughley.
Because according to her, before you do an interview, right? You sit down and you tell people what's off limits and what's on limits.
He came off script.
That person went off script.
And the
fact that you went off script
was D.L. Hughley there.
No, but see,
she
represents D.L. Hughley.
That person. Okay, so listen. Let me.
My bad. Go ahead.
This is, and I'm going to use this as a situation.
Thank you,
when
Justin.
I had a when I had a podcast with a certain person, right?
Uh-huh.
It was
Right.
me. No, it
A
was.
certain person, he went, cursed out somebody.
Right.
My name was on the ticket.
Mm.
So guess who they came for?
You.
Me.
Okay.
Asking me to apologize for something she did. So you know what I had to do? I had to apologize, even though, and beg for that person not to get kicked out.
Mhm.
Like I had to apologize. So therefore, I could, in order to save face of my name, that's what I did because my name was on the ticket. You see what I'm saying? They just see, hey, this is an extension
Of you.
of me. So therefore, anything that she does, I did.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I think that is the reason why she's like, hey, this is an extension of you.
And I
You
want
should-
you to call me to apologize.
And I want you to take responsibility of your staff
Okay.
because that's just how it is. Your name is on the ticket. Why do you think when somebody underneath some business does something and what they do, hey, I'm Nike, we take full responsibility of this person.
Nike's a
You could-
company, not an
no,
individual.
But no,
but a person,
but DL
You are not-
Hughley's radio. DL Hughley's radio show
is an
is his-
entity.
You're right. D.L. Hughley and Monique are not businesses. They've done business together. They have history together, right?
But what does
So
that have to
you-
do with business?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Once you have a history with somebody, you know whether this person is trying to be like
Malicious
Yeah,
or not?
I would have called if this was you and I. I'm D.L. Hughley. No, you're Monique. I'm D.L. Hughley. You called me. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take care of it. You don't call me demanding an apology. You demand me to discipline and reprimand my employee for what he did and what he tried to implicate about my husband
Right.
and her end. Furthermore, I do believe that this stemmed even further than this contract. There was a comedy show that Monique wanted to be the headliner, and D.L. Hughley was the actual headliner on the contract. Monique refused to go out.
Okay.
This beef is there's so many. There's like porn. But there's everything in this pot.
Okay. So I'm gonna read some of these YouTube. I have Just Tim says Monique's drama outshining her talent right now. She needs to focus on rebuilding her brand.
Yes.
And then it says, oh, buddy, really not feeling Monique. He ain't even trying to see or hear no other point of view.
No.
LOL.
I'm not saying just Tim. I'm not feeling her because I always believe that if one door has been closed to you, you don't spend all this energy trying to force that door open. When somebody else has opened several other doors for you, you have other opportunities to let the world know that you're a bigger person. That Tyler Perry, the same person that you're talking about, is the same person that goes to multiple locations and pay off people's layaways. He's the same person that when people are laughing at this guy that was on the Cosby Show, that was working at the grocery store, Tyler Perry gave him a job. I don't know. I never, ever really liked Oprah, so I'm not going to give her any kind of credit of anything she's done. But Tyler Perry has done good in the community, right? Monique, to me, has reached a point where I don't know if it's midlife crisis. I don't know if she's holding on to all these bags she missed out on. I don't know if she's like,
I know it's the bag. She said something about that too.
I would be upset too. And the reason why I'm not going to go at Monique about it because I don't see anything wrong with her letting the world know how people treat you, especially in this industry.
and if
So
it does,
Kevin Kev says part of the reason why Monique and Amanda Seales are perceived to be difficult is because they will not accept subpar treatment from being Black and a woman. And I
agree with that. I agree with that. Okay, yes, I do believe that because I believe Amanda Seales could be a lot bigger than she is right now, but she has the no apology type of demeanor to herself.
Unapologetic.
Yeah, because when you saw her on the Shannon show, she really looked at Shannon like, "Are you stupid?" Like she was looking at him like she. And I could see Monique almost doing the same thing. She went on the podcast also, and Shannon had asked her something, and she says, Shaq, you're my brother, I love you, but why would you take advice from a man that doesn't have a woman? And you don't even know if Shaq has a woman or not. You're over there trying to call somebody. It's you being this, and I hate to use that word, strong, independent woman, because I believe like all women are strong and independent. But again, the reason why I'm so upset at the way Monique is handling this is I believe you can let the whole world know what they did to you and let it go. And then
But not
go
everybody has been given that blessing and maturity to do that. You see what I'm saying?
back to do what?
And this the maturity to let go. You see what I'm saying? And what we have to as people on the outside, right? We also have to understand we are only getting bits and pieces of what they want us to know.
Yeah.
Right. And so I don't know if y'all know, I used to live in LA, and one of the things that we always know was Oprah and Tyler Perry are gatekeepers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so in like
If they say
there's
no,
certain people, if they say no,
It's
it's a
over.
wrap.
it's done.
So I feel like what ends up happening is that you have a person like Monique, and then other people, she's like, okay, I'm going to be that person. What is it called? The martyr. It's the martyr?
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
yeah.
Sacrifice
Yeah,
himself.
the sacrifice. And I think that's what it is. I think she's putting herself like, look, I'm already blackballed. So I can say whatever the hell I can say
Oh.
because y'all gonna still do. I'm gonna be in the same position I am. Maybe if I say it louder and louder, maybe somebody and certain people are coming out. Some people are coming out
And look-
against it.
And nobody, and I mean, what do you want to say about what Cat? I mean, what's the difference between what Cat Williams did and what she did?
There's none.
And I don't have an issue with what Cat Williams did either.
I don't either. I don't have a problem.
So why do you have an issue with what Monique's doing?
How many times did Cat Williams call out the whole thing on a podcast in the
Do you
past?
know do you know how for how long and how many years Cat Williams has been going at what do you call it, Kevin Hart? How many years?
Are you going to put Kevin Hart on the same pedestal as Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey?
I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the situation. I'm talking about the situation.
Me saying that is Cat Williams cannot be blackballed by Kevin. Monique is saying she's blackballed.
But Kevin Hart is really close to those. He's becoming one of those. He's becoming one of those people.
A blackberry now.
But he cannot blackball Cat. Cat's money is still rolling in.
But it don't matter.
He has his
Well,
stand.
Cat Williams, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Cat Williams, you can't really blackball because he's not. Cat Williams he doesn't need to be in Hollywood.
He does.
He could just do his comedy shows,
And that's what he's
That's
been
what I
doing.
want Monique to do.
But guess what? He will still go at you, even at his comedy.
Okay, so this is what I think. This
So
is
I'm
where
saying-
you're
but I'm-
feeling. I think it's where you fell in to understand. I think this is where the disconnect is. Right when they say blackballing, we're talking about things like
Movies,
movies,
TV shows, TV shows.
movies, TV shows, and sponsorships. Do you see what I'm
Right.
saying? So what they say is, hey, they're difficult to work with. Don't work with them. You're like, it's a wrap.
Mhm.
If you work with them, I'm not writing this contract. I'm not da-da-da-da. That's how much power they have.
Well, how about what happened to Cat Williams? Which I'm not going to say if it's true or not. I'm not saying it's true or not.
Allegedly.
We're going to say allegedly. They were throughout Hollywood. They would say, what were they saying about Cat Williams? He's on drugs. He's always high. Da 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 da. He does all these.
Right,
So
and that was the image that they put on him to get him blackballed.
so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that so there is really no difference between Cat Williams and Monique. That's why I don't have a problem with either one. They went on a podcast or a platform, and they said, this is how people in the Hollywood are treating me.
Yes, but see, this is the thing, right? This is the difference. Cat Williams only brings it up if you bring it up.
Thank you.
Monique brings it up regardless.
Soon as you sit down. How y'all doing? Fuck Oprah Winfrey.
Well, let's be real. Cat Williams didn't wait for nobody to bring it up when he went on Club Shay Shay.
And it became the most viral.
Because do you remember?
It became the most
Right.
viral.
When I tell you
Because
lit up 2020,
Yes.
Listen, as soon as they hit play on that podcast,
That was his
this
agenda.
dude said, Shannon, let me tell you what's going on. And started going on.
That was his agenda.
He didn't even
agenda.
That was his
ease into the
agenda.
conversation.
But guess what?
But
He's
that
been on
was his
several
ag-
podcasts before that. Because guess what? He was on with Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
You know what I was
yeah.
talking about?
Joe Rogan was after.
They were high. They were high the whole time.
He was talking. Yeah, after.
They were high the whole time.
He was talking about how powerful God is. How he knows there's a God. How he was.
They were
He's
talking
a
about
very intelligent person.
and very enlightenment with
very
the relationship
humble,
with his relationship
He
with
talked
God.
about the pyramids and the Egypt and how he knows that something other than a human being is responsible for that.
I might not believe that he read 1,000
I would
books
never believe that either.
at 8 years old in
No.
a year.
Or he
You said
reads
like
7 books a day.
3,000.
Oh, 3,000? I'm sorry. You see, I even cut it off. I don't believe that one.
Let's not take away from that.
No, bro.
No,
I don't think he did that.
he might be a rare genius.
Bro, I don't
They
think
might
he
try to blackball his geniuses.
I mean, they tried to blackball his
That's true.
business, and then he ended up doing it.
They saw.
So,
That's when they believed he was a crackhead.
what
When they
else
saw
did
him
y'all
run.
have today? Y'all had something else to do. You just went off.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, let's get back on the. I'm like, yo, we just like did 40
just
minutes.
We just started talking about, how things are out in the streets.
This
Do
is,
it,
how,
okay?
this is how Monique gets you just off topic.
Right.
She make you want to curse somebody. I wish the best for Monique.
Good though.
No,
It's
I
good,
think
y'all.
feel like-
Monique is going to be
Talking-
fine.
I
think
feel
she's
like
gonna
our
be great.
community is always divided by something. There's always gonna be
it's
either an-
sad.
yeah.
It's sad.
And I believe that our community at some point is going to have two communities. There's either going to be for it or against it. And if you're against it, get kicked out. If you're going to be this person that only wants to be in the Black community when things are popping, right? And then when
Well,
things are... Go ahead.
Let's be honest. We
we let
really just
anybody
need
in there.
we really need to gatekeep
Close our community.
Black culture.
Close it.
We need to gatekeep.
You
that.
cannot go to the cartels and say you want to be down unless you have that
Yes, you
accent
can.
and you Black. They look at you like they're going to use you. You go
No,
out there. You're going to be the test dummy.
But you have to prove if you come back alive,
Hey,
they'll
man.
accept you.
Yeah, he made it.
If you come back alive,
Como está? Haciendo de corona. We go party tonight. Go to the Asians, the mafia over there. You're not getting in. You don't look like them. You can't talk like them. You can't.
now Asians, yeah. Now Asians, I'll agree with
The
you.
Russians, the
You-
I'm
Italians.
saying that they all cycle their own American dollars so many times before it leaves their
But you
culture.
see us. Let that new Gucci come out.
We
Let that new
Yeah,
Jordan.
we put
are
money in. We
number
put
one. Yeah. So
but we're the number one consumers in this country.
We make this country.
If
we
all
hate it.
we
if-
make, and yeah,
I wouldn't even say all. If 50%,
Oh, what?
if 50% of Black people stop buying stuff,
bro, drop it to 20. We'll have a problem. Say 40, 50. 20% of Black people stop shopping,
bro,
there'll be a problem.
there'll be a problem.
Because we do it every day, multiple times a day. You get that money, you out there.
we keep
Yeah.
we keep this country running.
You think all these nightclubs
keep
make
this-
money without us? Excuse my ignorance if I'm ignorant, but I don't see Caucasians going to VIP and buying bottles.
And
we
I
buy
don't
bottles.
see them smoking hookah either.
No, I don't see them.
I
going
don't
to-
see. I don't even know if there's a white hookah bar.
They play their golf and go home and they're in bed by 7. Honey, what's for
See some-
supper?
Well, if you go to Buckhead, the Buckhead Saloon and stuff like that, you'll see. If you Virginia Highlands, they have it. Theirs is just not so promoted. You see what I'm saying? It's not
It's
in
exclusive.
our. It's not. Well, not necessarily. It's just not in our algorithm.
They love their frat parties though, more than we do.
But we are not in their algorithm.
No,
You see
no,
what I'm
I-
saying?
You have to be
We
a
will
part of
not
that. You have to be a
know
part of that
You know what I'm
community.
saying? Like
Yeah.
when I was an Uber driver, it's like certain people. If I seen a person of color in that black, they basically had a polo shirt on
Yeah,
with
and
some khaki
super
packets,
super short.
with the Sperry's on. boat shoes on.
khaki pants and some flip flops. You know where they came from. You see what I'm saying?
Or some
So-
lacrosse sneakers on.
That's Tyler.
Right. So those type of people
Tyler
I
Landon.
saw in those type of areas. You know what I'm saying?
Go to IKEA and yell out Tyler. All of them gonna turn around.
And then the black dude amongst them, his name's Tyrone.
Oh, have a black friend. A black friend.
Tyrone.
They love that.
A black friend. Have a black friend.
Hey, you know what's up with that new young NBA young boy, man?
Man, that thing is fire,
It
bro.
goes hard, man. It goes hard. in the
Man.
paint,
Yeah,
man.
we definitely need to black.
I don't
black
care
gay,
if you
black
relate to
culture.
hip hop, be in your white community or Asian community or I
But,
fucks with the Latinos.
but I think it's because
They are our brothers and our sisters.
I do
And
think
I hate the fact that we go against each other.
Yeah.
but I do
But
think
we're-
this. I
when
think
push comes
one.
to serve, we're one.
But I don't think it should take that though. I think we should be like
There's
other. I think I know there's a problem, but I
No,
want
there's pride. There's a pride in race.
Yeah, but I'm saying that
So
I don't think it should. I don't think it should take all of that before we start to become one.
Okay,
I think
I agree.
we should be like that I think
like-
all the time.
We should click like that off the
But
rip.
see, but you
I
have
want
to-
us to be like that, even though I know it's not like
The
that.
whole world is against the Latinos.
I
and the
would
blacks.
want blacks to be as
but see,
one.
this is the thing. But okay, so like I said, I used to live in LA, right? The communities in LA, they keep this they call it brown and black hate. They keep that conflict in LA. Do you see what I'm saying?
For a reason.
For a reason. So they try to make it so like I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all Trump people, but Trump said when he was around black people, he said the Spanish people are taking all your jobs.
Then you go to this black people.
You see what I'm saying?
Same thing.
That's how he's promoting, oh, we're going to close the border. Black people, you're going to get your jobs back. Da, 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 da. So basically, you know what I'm saying? So he's using the fact that, hey, you know, before they came, all the jobs were yours. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's basically, hey, you know, they're the new slaves.
It's just they need to know that when the whole world sees black people and Latinos, they see us as the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
The Asians look down on us.
Yeah,
And, you
whites
know,
look
sorry,
down
I
on us.
forgot who it
Asians
was.
don't Asians don't like black people at all.
At all. What
I remember when I was in Nigeria, I was about 15. There was this commercial. There was a commercial.
You want an egg roll?
You might have seen it.
Egg roll?
This Asian woman was doing her laundry.
AP
She
wing?
was throwing all her stuff in the laundry. She got
In Nigeria?
No, yeah, I saw the commercial in Nigeria, but it was an Asian commercial. The woman was throwing all her stuff in the laundry. Her husband came in. He's black. I'm talking about dark-skinned black, like me. He black. She looked at him. She threw him in the washing machine, put the detergent in. He came out Asian.
The disrespect of those stupid Nigerian media team that allowed that to actually pass on the national network for them to show that on TV
All because
is
it was.
also mind-boggling. That an Asian person can pay you enough for you to disrespect.
Is it Ariel? The name of the detergent?
OMO. That's what you're talking about. I remember.
No, that was the commercial they were
Yes.
promoting? Oh, okay.
And it's supposed to be funny.
And the thing, you know, they laugh on our expense.
Of course.
But we continue to do that because we have Sambos. You see what I'm saying? We have
Clown to them.
we have Sambos, and we don't, you know, the way we look, the way we do things, we have to be the loudest. We have to do. I mean, I of course that is a part of our culture. It's just that they have got to a point where you do have two different types of black people. You do. There is a hierarchy in all races.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But the hierarchy that's in the black community is so chopped up. It's so chopped up.
Elaborate.
You have well let's do this. You have the entertainment,
Mhm.
right? You have entertainment. You have then it's like the football area.
You mean like
Sports.
you talking about sports?
Yeah, so you have entertainment, you have sports, right? Then you have the regular, like the people that are right, like they're
The people that
financially
make the people that make money, but they have
9 to 5.
regular jobs,
right.
but they make a lot of money.
But
Yeah,
that's
and
changing though.
And then you have your middle class that's there or whatever, and then you have
The lower class.
your Negroes. You
The
know what I'm saying? The
stains on the black people.
The stains on the black
The
people.
ones that are
people
out there
at the, you know,
loud at the
no.
grocery
Then
store.
you have no. Then you have the ones that make. Let me go down. So you have the black people that make people look bad, that they promote all the time. The crackhead, the homeless person. That's what they shoot. They shoot. Then they shoot that fake rich person. That's what they shoot over there, over to other countries. They don't shoot the people that are actually in school, the people that are actually making 6 figures. You know what I mean? All of those people, from the 6-figure people to the people who are got a 9 to 5, they don't show. They show you all of the people that are homeless.
Yeah.
They show you all the people that are ratchet, and then they show you the sports and
Because-
entertainment industry.
Because that's what they want us. That's what they want the blacks to be
Portray them.
portrayed as. They want that when people look at us, that's what they wanted us to see.
That's why they
no
don't like
matter
World Star Hip Hop.
you know what? Now and then I'm looking back at it. Y'all remember MTV Cribs?
Yes.
When I should have known from the beginning it was fake. Once I saw the Yin Yang Twins house, I should have known it was fake.
Yeah.
Because they had
You are
they had a living room filled with like boat pictures. You know how like rich white people have like boat pictures and boats in the bottles and stuff. I was like, these niggas don't know nothing about that.
Not only that, when they were trying to get them to explain, it was like, yeah, we like this for the window.
Yeah. I like, bro, for real. I like, really.
No,
And,
we
but,
are.
and that's how they want us to portray, because they want us to portray us as once we get money, we just
Yes, Just Tim says she is right about the hierarchy. I think that subconsciously causes a crab in a bear bucket mentality in our community. And I do think that.
When are we gonna wake up?
I don't think there is going to be one.
well, yeah, because I think
So that guy got to restart and leave one black man and one black woman that's seen.
no. We might just need like apocalypse to come and then wipe out all the money. And then once they do all that, start all over.
The mentality needs to be reset.
And that's what I mean. If there's no money, there's no money around.
No,
the mentality is still there. Because you'll find other things.
Okay.
I don't think we should. But I don't think we should kill off
listen,
all the black people and leave one of each.
the whole world.
No.
Oh,
Listen, look, no. This is how I look at it, right?
We'll go to Germany.
What I think
build the Black House.
What I think
White
that
House.
needs to happen is we need to wipe out the hierarchy.
someone said not the rapture. Sorry, this is your Instagram. They said not.
I know. I'm on. I got the YouTube side.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I feel like is they have to wipe out the hierarchy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And treat everybody the same. But they're not going to be able to do that.
See, that's where
you're not going to be able to do that because listen, right? Money makes you be accessible to things that other people are accessible to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, the people that can afford that stuff, they're automatically going to be put in a bucket or a area. So there's no way for us to all be one. Do you see what I'm saying?
See what you're saying.
So therefore, we as a world have to take the image of I am better than you out, and it will never go away.
Now that I can agree with, but I don't think everybody, because it depends. It depends on what you when you say treat everybody the same. It depends, because I believe in equity.
So if you believe in equity, then you believe in the hierarchy where there should be people that have different things.
No, in the sense of
you have to take the image of I am better than you away.
But okay, perfect example. This is why I say that. If I wanted to be a doctor right now, right, and just because I feel like I should be a doctor, I want to be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor my whole life, and I make like D's throughout my medical career in school.
Maybe you need to be.
Should I really get my license?
If you passed it.
With a D? You don't want no person that made a D operating on you.
I think you're feeling to understand.
Let's use that same analogy. Not as technical, but didn't you say that Shannon Sharp didn't start off to be as great as he was?
Right.
So you can start off to be an okay doctor and learn your way to get better.
But
that's what rotation is for.
Nah, but so you're saying that I should be able to practice on people.
Not people.
Pigs.
But see, like I said, it's never going to go away. It's never going to go away when you have things that other people are not accessible to. You see what I'm saying? Like in Canada, everybody accessible to healthcare. Do you think a person is looking at that person any different?
They are, because there are private hospitals there too. So the rich just go get something done that the other person can't. While you're in line to be the 15th. And I see what you're saying. If that was overall, that would be great. If we had an American system that every household gets $200,000 a year. Every household is a
$200,000.
Oh shit. Yeah. Every household gets a 4 or 5 bedroom because they expect for you to start a family, regardless if you do or don't. So you still have all that space.
Hey, Jamie.
Everybody gets a specific car. Not a Porsche, not a Tesla, not a Camry or Corolla. They get a specific. Everybody has the same car.
So you believe more in communism?
I'm not going to use those words.
No, what
I feel the FBI going to knock it out.
Like I said, if there's
name.
A person that can get something that another person can't get, you're always going to have I'm better than you. You see what I'm
But
saying?
if those people aren't, that's
some
in.
things.
But
But if those people
what about
earn those things,
how did they earn
Right.
gold in the beginning of time? The kings went to force the slaves to get the gold, and they displayed it.
okay. But
Why did
but
the
we're not.
slaves just
But
be? Why
if
did
we're
they
talking. But we're talking about modern day because I don't know how it was back then.
go
Yeah,
watch?
you
Go
can
watch
see
Blood
it.
Diamond.
You could just see
Go watch
it
Blood
in
Diamond
history.
with Leonardo
You can see it
DiCaprio.
in history, even on on here. I mean, hieroglyphics. They also back in the day had a hierarchy. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Even the Bible had a hierarchy: God,
there is a
angels,
king,
and a man.
If there was ever a
And
king in
animals.
any point in history, there was a hierarchy.
But so you don't. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. So you're saying that everybody should just be equal, right? And if there's
there was
nobody,
equality,
because yes, if there's equality, that means there's no hierarchy, right?
yes,
So are you saying that nobody should be governing over people?
there should be a governor, but that governor is still making what we're making. That governor is just who's been appointed.
Why should the governor? Why should the person that's in charge of everybody
Mhm.
make the same amount of money?
Just because you're a leader doesn't mean you have to make more. You're just the leader. That's your title.
Because the leader should be well.
And that's thought,
That's your
and that's
thought
and that's
process,
the
though.
thought
Yeah, that's
process
what we're
why we
saying.
have a hierarchy.
Eliminate that thought process.
Oh, because it's hard. Because if the person
There
is
was a
leading
boss-
us, you
there was a
will
boss-
want the
Hold on.
person that's leading us
There was a
to
boss-
be okay, right?
He is going to be okay because you can survive with $200,000.
I'm sorry, I don't want an Altima. He said, "You get an Altima. You get an Altima. You get an
Everybody
Altima.
gets an
You
Altima.
don't get an Altima,
I want my
Kevin
Jeep.
Gas.
Give me my Jeep. I don't want
See?
no Altima.
Because you've driven a car and now you've driven a Jeep, so you know the difference.
Yeah,
Yours is not that you feel like you're more, you're a baller in your Jeep. You just like the way your Jeep feels.
yeah.
Let's just say everybody did get a Jeep. Everybody got a Jeep. Everybody gets $200,000.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets a 5-bedroom house, electricity, gas, food, everything. Now,
So basically everything free.
everything is, yes.
Free or on the same? Yeah, free. You're right.
Basically,
Free.
it's going to be free.
Why does the president or the leader have to make more than you if you've proven that what you're getting can sustain you and
Well,
you have a bigger family?
Well, because
And you still have change left.
if the leader is the one basically taking care of everybody and managing. Okay, let me just say, if the
And
leader
you
is the one
believe in-
managing everybody's well-being,
Right. And that's the reason why hierarchy, we never can be on the same page, because a person like you, right,
uh-huh.
believes
Yeah,
that
like me.
people, yeah, that's what I just
That
said.
mentality is
Yeah,
not
people,
your app
that's
right
what-
now.
yeah, your mentality is where I'm at. Like, you're at a place where if I work harder, I need to get paid for my hard work, right?
Yes.
But because
not an Altima, not with that engine. You press that gas all the way down, or you ain't going nowhere. You know them cars,
But that ram,
all the way down.
that ram be going, but that car be going like,
and my BMW did that.
and now, I know, I'm not the only person that did this. When you press it down to the, you take your foot off and then press it again just to make sure, like, why is this? It's still the same thing.
A Kia, a Altima, a little bit with the old Maximas, because the Maxima's supposed to be a step up from the Altima, right? I was in a Kia because I rented one from the airport, and I'm trying to go up a hill. It's not even a big hill; it's like a little hill, and my foot is all the way down,
Touch it, it's
and the
touching,
car barely moving.
and then you take it off, and then you press it again.
So basically, right, if everybody got the same Ultima that couldn't, nobody would think that they're better than somebody. Everybody would be treated the same. You see what I'm
won't get this
saying?
promotion and be like, let me go get a Porsche now that I'm better than you.
You see what I'm saying?
Let me
So
go
the
get
thing,
this Rolex now that I'm better.
Okay, but think
when
about
you
it.
have something
Everybody's
that
rocking Michael
somebody
Kors.
else wants, you want to get there,
Okay.
right?
I have something. Okay, you're right, but let me give you this. What makes people what incentives make people want to strive to become better?
But if it wasn't there, there's no need to, because everybody would be on the same page.
No. Wait,
Right now?
Right now, as things are going right now,
Competition.
what strives people?
Money.
Money.
Mhm.
So let's just say there's no incentive for people to want to get better, right?
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of these things that we've created, we would have created?
A mind it's a terrible thing to waste. I'm glad you said that. We've had more in Nigeria right now. You can you can attest to this. We have geniuses in the village that don't have the resources, but they're making it happen. They eventually get the visa and they go to England or go to America. Or go
But
to
why
Turkey
do they? But why?
Because the resources in their area. is
No, but I'm
limited.
saying that why are they so adamant into creating something new to become?
Because there's a hierarchy to get to.
Because of money.
No.
No. What I'm trying to say is that the
Who's the guy
incentive.
that invented electricity?
Wait, hold on. Listen.
What's his name?
Edison.
Edison.
He didn't get paid. No, it was
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Isn't it Jefferson?
But Edison made the electric. No.
Wasn't it Benjamin Franklin?
No, it wasn't Benjamin Franklin.
Was it Benjamin Franklin? Shit, we need to go back to school, bro.
Einstein?
Einstein.
Nigga, no, it wasn't. No,
Einstein.
No.
it was not Einstein.
I'm dead.
It was not.
I ain't had my breakfast or lunch yet. Somebody FedEx me some Popeyes chicken. Who invented electricity? These people didn't get
Franklin. It was Franklin. I think it was Franklin.
it was Edison.
Benjamin Franklin?
I think it was Franklin.
It was Benjamin Franklin.
Okay.
You see?
He didn't get paid. You know why?
Bro, he didn't invent. He discovered electricity.
He discovered electricity.
Because he was not out there saying, okay, actually, no, I think he was. Because he did have, didn't he
What
have a
I'm
key?
trying
Didn't
to
they say he
say
had a
is-
key on the kite?
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that in the beginning of time, people were not getting paid for their inventions and their discovery.
Oh.
Their mind was just so. It was.
Are you
racing.
sure? You think
They
the
were
people that
compensated. They were compensated.
a
But
lot?
they weren't paid in money.
You think the people that invented the train, the
Mhm.
people that invented the train, you think that they weren't thinking about, if I make this,
it's going to change the world?
it's going to change the world?
Not money wise. It'll change the world.
Okay, you know what?
Okay.
I can agree with you.
Thomas Edison made the
yeah.
light
The people that-
bulb. That's why we're thinking about
Oh,
it.
Thomas.
Edison made the light
Oh,
bulb.
okay.
That's why
That's
we're
why
thinking about that.
You know what blows my mind all the time? Roads. How we travel on roads and how it connects to places. And if we go back to the beginning of time, it was just dirt. Who was the people that came together and said, this highway is
Romans.
this highway is going to lead to Miami and it's going to lead to Virginia. Like these
Okay,
roads in the beginning, like when we watch Game of Thrones,
Right. Do you know?
horses was just traveling.
Yes.
And then somebody said, let's clear it and let's put these
Do you know
materials
why, though?
together and it'll make
Do you
a
know
pavement.
why? Do you know why?
Why?
They created roads to get access to other countries.
Mhm.
Why?
To
For
trade.
resources.
Yeah.
Which is about wealth and money
You're
and
right.
things
Yeah,
like
right.
that.
But the
And so-
person that came to their mind wasn't thinking about that money. They were thinking about a better way for transportation. Where the horses and the buggies, they used to be on the wheel.
Carriages.
Yeah.
So they don't go over the branches, they can go on something smoother.
Mhm.
And then with time they make cars. And somebody came up with tires. People just have minds that they say we only use, I think 10%. I don't know.
10%.
10% of our brain.
And we can own 10%, bro. What happens? There are people out there that unlock like probably 11, and then they made the Tesla. 13, and they made electricity. Or they discovered electricity. My bad.
So think
and
so
all
think,
these drugs that they use to cure people. And I told you one thing.
now you see that's where you lost me because they created drugs to make money. This whole medical,
But see,
the whole medical thing is
Dr.
about
Sebi did not create what he created to make money.
this whole.
He created
Bro.
what he created to eliminate the parasites in you. The pharmacy, you're right. They created
Medicine.
They
Was
want to treat you
yes,
and not
that's why.
prevent it.
That's why when you see these commercials that be like, oh yeah, we cure cancer. But guess what? You're gonna have diarrhea for 30 days.
Paul Pierce.
but like I said, it would have to be a total reboot. You see what I'm saying? It would just be a total reboot in order for, I think, Black people to be on the same page, because not only do we got out of our shackles, right? But a lot of people are still shackled in that mindset. So they're still slaves in their mind.
Can I ask you
You
a
know what I
question?
mean? And I may have an answer.
Well, you're a woman. I hope you do. Why is it that a mother would tell their daughter, a Black woman? I actually read this recently. Like, don't settle for a man unless he's this, and that. But then she wakes up and the man that her mother's with is the complete opposite of what she's telling her daughter not to go after.
Mm-hmm,
That man that's in the house, he doesn't have a job,
mm-hmm.
right? He is. It's the complete opposite. Like, don't
Make my mistake.
Don't make my mistake.
But you're living that mistake in front of her. So it's an oxymoron if you're telling her not to do something, but then she wakes up every day. This was an actual person that had this question on a blog I was reading, and it was, my mom tells me that, I need to find a man that's this, and this, but her boyfriend is the complete opposite. Don't settle for this. If a man ain't doing this, then don't do this. But then her man doesn't do any of that.
Is that man the daughter's father?
No,
No, okay, so
No.
I'm gonna.
The
I'm
mother's a
gonna-
baby
let,
mother.
Let me
Oh.
let me talk about that.
A man
because
has
I'm
to open up
living
the
that.
door.
I'm living that. My mother, right? My dad and my mother are like 180 from each other, right? I personally would have got rid of my dad, right? But my mom has a love for my father. Do you see what I'm saying? And she believes in through thick and thin and better or worse, right? But she says, don't do what I do. You see what I'm saying? I've already made my life and my life decisions. Take what you see and don't do it. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I've already made my choices. I'm already married. I'm already dealing with my situations. You don't have these things that lock you down. You have the opportunity to heal from any daddy issues. You have the opportunity to you the things that I had are not the resources that you have now. Do you see what I'm saying?
And I
So
think-
even though my situation, this is what I chose.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I chose your father. You see what I'm saying? And you see that what I chose wasn't the best thing. So because I made what happened?
No, some
Oh.
of those.
Yeah, I will.
Because I made these choices and you see my results. Do you see what I'm saying?
And I
Don't
guess the
do
girl.
me.
I guess-
Don't do what I have done. But I will tell you, yes, these are the decisions I made, and I'm sticking to my decisions. But I know that if I could do it again,
You do something different.
I would do something different. But you were supposed to be here. I was like, yes, bitch. Okay.
Oh, so we got some. Someone's Goddess Badu
She said
said,
you don't miss. Sister girl did not miss. Swear to God.
yeah, because basically what she said, she's agreeing with you, telling her to make to learn from her
I guess the girl-
mistakes. Hopefully the baby can see is not what she would do.
And I guess it was harder for her because she wakes up. You have the luxury. You don't live with your parents, do you?
No.
Okay. So this girl wakes up every day and she sees
As a
what her-
4-year-old? How old is she?
she didn't put her age, but she lives at home.
Yeah,
So
I saw that.
she
I used
wakes
to
up-
live with my parents.
She wakes up every day and sees that.
Yeah.
And her mom is telling her the complete opposite of what your mom told you. So I guess you're trying to tell that person that her mom needs to have a different approach, because the mom is coming to the daughter and saying, she's not saying don't do what I did. She's saying, if a man don't open up your door, then don't date him. Or if he ain't making this, then don't date him. Don't sleep with a man on the first. And she's doing the complete opposite of what she's trying to tell her daughter to do.
Right, and that comes from a mentality, right? Your daughter doesn't have the same. How do we look at it, right? What I dealt with is like I went through slavery, not me per se. We're gonna use this. Right.
I'm like,
I went through
put
slavery.
the camera on her. She's not 90 or 100 years old.
I was like, what did you
Exactly. How many lies have you had? What in the cat 9 lives?
Let's use this. Let's use this, right? Our parents went to slavery, right? They went to slavery, or our grand, whatever. They had slavery, right? And they're like, hey, if you get loose, don't come back.
Mhm.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though I'm stuck here, you have the ability. You are not stuck in the mind state where I am. You don't have those options. You have better options than I do.
So
Do you see what I'm saying? So
So
if
like
I'm
a
a
pre-warning.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying like, hey, I'm not making great choices. You see what I'm saying? But I do know if I could do it again and I was you at your age, I would do this. You see what I'm saying? Don't be me, because I'm dealing with my own mama and daddy issues. You see what I'm saying? So even though I am acting out this way and you're like, well, mom, you're doing that, it's because of the choices that I decided to make.
You want your child to learn from your
Basic-
mistake.
Yeah.
basically
So-
is
and I
do
think
as
what-
do as I say
so-
and not as I do. That's basically.
Yeah,
Don't
but
look
see, I
at my relationship as something that you should emulate.
Right. And
Look
I
at it
feel
for
like there's what ended up happening is that the young lady doesn't know, she's not computing what her mom is trying to relay. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's a communication error.
I
You see what
it's
I'm
the way-
saying?
I think it's the way her mom probably should
Yeah.
tell her,
Yeah.
don't do this. Do something better.
But it's
Yeah.
hard,
And her
especially.
fight is
But I
like,
think it's
I
hard.
wake up every day to see the one thing you're telling me not
Right.
to be.
And I
So I
think,
kind of see where she's coming from.
and
a
that's what I was
little
about
bit
to
also.
say. I was going to say that
I did
it's
that.
hard.
I lived with my
Mhm.
parents. My parents are still together. You see what I'm saying? I wake up and I be like, why is my dad? What my mama still with my daddy? You know what I'm saying? I look at that.
No.
But my mom said, don't do. My mom said, this is the choice that I made. I know that my choices are not the best choices, but this is what I chose.
But I do,
This is
I do
myself.
see the other side of it, because it's like, especially, and I can especially attest to that for the kids growing up now. When you go by what you see, you don't go by what you're
Yeah.
told.
And I also
You go by, like, if you see your mom or your dad doing doing certain things in a relationship, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I guess that's how it's supposed to be.
if your parents are married,
Yeah.
that's different. If
Right.
you were with a boyfriend and y'all had a child,
Right.
and it's not his child, it's y'all's child since y'all
Right.
been together, and you're telling your daughter, I don't settle for a man that does this, or you don't got, if he's not bringing in the bacon, don't make no breakfast for him. But then you wake up and that
You see his-
boyfriend that don't have a job, she's making breakfast for him.
Right.
So it becomes that dilemma, like, okay, I hear you, but why aren't you taking your own advice? And it's not even your husband.
Right. And so I would say on this, when I look at that, right, I think that people fail to realize that people have trauma bonds.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See,
Totally agree.
we're not looking at the fact that her mom has a trauma bond. What her mom went through in her childhood is the reason why she's making the decisions that she's making. And she's saying, like, listen, you didn't go through what I went through. So I'm telling you from me already being in this situation, because we have to think about it. Mental health, going to therapy is very taboo
In the Black community.
in the
Yes,
Black
very
community.
much so.
You see
What
what I'm
is
saying? And it's very,
Therapy, yeah.
yeah. So it's very, I would say with Black people, it's very hard. And I'll say with some women, it may be hard for her mother to take accountability of what she's doing. You see what I'm saying?
I think it's people, period. I think people, period. It's hard to take accountability, because when you finally get to look at yourself, you're like, damn,
This is
I'm
what I've
fucking
become.
up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and we don't want to, and sometimes we don't want to accept that we mess up sometimes.
But see, also another time, this is another thing that I was telling somebody I knew.
I was waving to the camera.
Oh,
People were saying, hey, in the comments.
okay.
And I didn't want to disturb your
no,
talking, but I did it anyway.
She done lost her train of thought, man. Now she got to go to Chick-fil-A.
I got it back.
Okay.
Some people, they see the outside, but they don't know what's going on the inside, right? So we was like looking at this man. It was like, why does he keep messing with her? Why he keep messing her? We found out, right? She gave him herpes. So he did not want to give it to anybody else. So he said, you know what? Since you got herpes, I got herpes now. We just gonna stay together. You see what I'm saying? Some people,
A herp community.
herp community, yeah. So some people do things in sight. It could be like, okay, you know what? I'm with him because when I really needed something, this man paid. Even though you see him treating more, there's a reason why you have a car. You see what I'm saying? There's more than what you don't know what's going on in the background. That's why, like, some people like, listen, I don't like your dad, but we got kids together, and I know that if we
I'ma
get
stick through
divorced, if we get divorced, that's gonna split up the resources.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Life is
Gives us-
expensive.
Yeah, life is expensive. So sometimes people don't look past what they see. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And it was like another person, they were like, look, instead of me getting mad at her that she gave me AIDS, we just decided we're
Wait,
gonna live.
herpes.
No, there was herpes. but
No,
this
she's
is
talking about somebody else.
Oh,
She's talking
wow.
about somebody else.
There are two stories to this.
There's go research it. There's people who are like
This is in Georgia?
around the world.
Yeah.
Oh,
They have,
oh, no. I thought you. No, I
the
thought.
AIDS community. They even have a dating site or something like that where people with AIDS can date people
No.
with AIDS.
I know. I was just saying. I was asking the stories that you gave. Were these situations in Georgia? That's what I was
It
saying.
could be.
No,
But this
I thought you knew these people personally. That's
But
what I was asking.
let's
Oh.
go back and touch up on the do you know any websites or any free communities that some people can go to find therapy or counseling? We should probably put that.
Teledoc. Teledoc is an app that you can. I use it. Teledoc is an app that you could put on your phone. A lot of times you can ask for a psychiatrist, get regular help. Like, if you got a cold or something and you don't want to go, they have so many different varieties. And then you could use your insurance. Sometimes they have payment plans that you can actually like, hey, a lot of people were using Teladoc when they got COVID. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
I'll plug in that if you have a 9 to 5, you have an EAP at your job at HR that you can talk. It's an employment something program, like an employment assistant program, I think. And you can reach out to them. They have therapists for you also that you can speak to, and it'll be billed on behalf of the company because it's there for you. So, especially in our community, we hold a lot of pain.
oh, I'm sorry.
That was on air.
Oh, my bad.
That's the wrong one anyway. But yeah, we really. What was that word she used last week? You said it was adorable.
What was she?
Deodorant.
No. You said something last week that I was.
Deodorant. I said it again. She said deodorant. Deodorant.
Yeah.
Deodorant.
Deodorant.
Deoda. There's another. I thought she said Doritos.
Deodorant.
Deodorant.
No, sorry. This is off topic. What specifically? Where are you from? You don't know?
No. Where were you born?
I was born in North Carolina.
Where did you grow up?
A few years later, I was in Florida. Then a few years later, I was in South Carolina. And a few years later, I went to Florida. And a few years later, I went to a military.
They stayed in the South.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They stayed in the South.
I was going to say.
My mom did. Yeah, my mom tried to keep us close to.
How'd she say it?
Deodorant.
I'm not hearing that other D. Are you hearing it? This is all I hear. I'm hearing the R. Deodorant. Deodorant.
It's so adorable.
You know what I can see? I can see her driving home like deodorant. Come on, grossy. Am I saying?
That's how it's gonna be said. I'm 40 and it's gonna be like that.
Deodorant.
Not deodorant.
Deodorant.
It's like you kind of roll your R's. I hear.
Deodorant.
She's like in French saying Dior. Deodorant.
Anyway.
But I'll tell you one thing.
What we were about.
Goddess Badu, she got your back through thick and thin.
Yeah.
She just said right now, leave her alone. She's just a girl. She's just a girl.
No, this is a grown woman right here. This is a grown woman right
I want to address one more thing before we get offline. Goddess, you're right. We bottle up so much. I don't know about women. I know women bottle up maybe 3 times as much, but men too. And I feel that we all reach a boiling point where we don't know how to allocate our emotions. So we end up doing either something stupid, or we do something that we end up regretting, right? Mm-hmm. It's okay for you to sit down with somebody that's a professional and talk about your problems. Talk about things that you're facing, your uncertainties, the fact that you had a game plan and it's not coming anywhere close to what you envisioned. And you need somebody to help you get back on track.
Yeah, because to be honest, I believe this life is too long to be trying to live it alone.
It's also too short for you to waste time thinking that you could figure it out in 10 years.
Basically, 2 things can be true. It is short, but at the same time, it's too long for you to be thinking that you can just go through life all by yourself. Because in life, everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. It doesn't matter if it's family, friends, whatnot. You need people in your life to have your back. You're going to break at one point trying to carry everything for yourself, because
that's why community has always been big. And I think because we don't have Black communities anymore, I think that's another thing.
Try to shut that down.
I feel like listen, and the thing about it is that what I'm realizing is there's no more big mamas.
No.
Big mamas is me, 40.
Yeah, that's true. I ain't gonna lie. I remember
we're not as social as you used to be. You don't go around neighborhoods and you see kids running around like they used to, and having that one.
And that's why I love.
Why don't we have
living in Nigeria so much?
Why don't we have a community where Black people are like they're all in that whole subdivision? So there's that trust that you have. You want
because everybody's trying to get the white person's
go.
establishment.
I don't know
You
why.
know what I'm saying? And
The
I
white
think it
neighbors
was
don't like you.
yeah.
to be
And the
honest,
thing about it is
They
the
can't
thing
stand you
about the problem is,
They go home.
you
and-
know what, Jim Crow, you did a hell of a good job. Okay, Jim Crow. The level of success for a black person is to get what white people have.
That's what they see
and so
as
the,
success.
and
That's what they see as
As I've made
success.
it.
and that's
Right?
why we want to be accepted more by them
Mm.
than we want to be more
Ourselves.
accepted by
We'll
ourselves.
But then they
We
want
throw each other
to,
under the
they
bus.
want to, but they want to beat us.
Mhm.
yeah,
Weird,
And
right?
it's not
Yeah.
because it's not hard for them
But
to be us.
it's
They know
no-
we're going to accept them.
no, do you know the
They
reason
know
why?
we're going to accept them,
No,
right?
do you know the reason why?
We're the most
It's
forgiving
because
culture.
yeah,
I
that
completely agree 100%.
that and also when you're already at the top. I mean, why the only? I mean, you might be living let's just say you might be living like a boring life to compare to you,
Mhm.
and you see people that don't have what you have, and you see their life is so interesting and so out there and so entertaining. So you want to adopt that. You want to adopt that lifestyle, but it doesn't mean that they want to get rid of where they at.
No.
They just want to adopt the culture.
I call it entertaining. They entertain for a little bit and go right back up to
Exactly.
so that they know where they're safe.
Exactly.
That's what we
and
said
I
about-
think that's what it's like. So
That's what we were saying about Drake.
perfect example. you think Drake really is ever going to be considered a black man? No. Everybody's forever going to look at Drake as Jewish.
Yeah.
As
And he-
Jewish
and-
I
man.
mean, some people look at him as biracial.
I do.
So
I mean, I know he's biracial.
but he wants to be considered as a black man.
And another thing we need to also, like you always say, and I'm going to start adapting that mentality, is that gatekeeping in our community, is that how are we so upset that people like Tiger Woods, that's clearly biracial, he doesn't want to identify with his black features. He wants to identify with his Asian or his white, whatever.
We should just be like, well, then we'll just keep bye.
Yeah, when people do that, I don't. Instead of making a big deal out of,
we make
we should just
too much of a big deal over people that don't want to
be a part of the
Okay,
culture.
goodbye.
If you don't want to be a part,
Our culture is so strong that if we took time to acknowledge the actual black people that are doing all this heavy work for us, that we don't, because they're not in the spotlight, but they're actually doing it. But we want to pay attention to the fact that Drake is now probably siding with his Jewish side, or J. Cole is now going. Whatever the case may be, if they want to go that route, then let them
go.
Because if they wanted to go the black route, if they wanted to be with the black side, we'll praise them.
We need our dollar too. We need to be stingy with our dollar.
That's
So,
true.
hey, if you don't want to be black, we're not giving our black dollar to you.
That's
the
true.
world will crumble. Everybody looks at America as the world. The world will crumble.
Why do you think? And we are speaking about Drake. I just want to say this because I didn't want to forget. But think about it. Before Drake when Drake first started, Drake had nice music.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until he like Kendrick said, it wasn't until he started messing with Future and all these other Southern rappers.
Future,
that
Quavo,
he started
21.
They are the reason why he has this $400 million deal with Universal Music.
That is
And how much do they have?
nothing.
Last I checked, Young Thug is
Going to jail.
fighting for his life.
Right.
Yeah.
You sent a cease and desist to Future and Metro. I haven't heard you and Quavo do a song since Takeoff left. And you
Cease and desist to Red too, right?
Yeah.
Sexy Red.
So it's like you're acting like the people that
He's acting Jewish.
that's why they started calling him.
Why we love you, Jewish people.
So
we love you.
We love
No,
y'all.
there's nothing wrong with
We love the NBA.
We're not. But I do want to say something to Kevy Kev. Big mamas are 40 now. Yes. So let's put this in perspective, right?
Mhm.
I want to just do this real quick, right?
Mhm.
All right. I'm 40. I had my first child at 18. Or is it let's do this. I had my first child at 20.
Are you saying you had or you?
I don't have no kids.
Okay.
I was about to say, I didn't know you had kids.
about to say-
I'm saying that in my mind, but I was trying not to let it show in my face.
I was like, you got kids? And she's like, I'm like, are you?
I was really listening.
Are you Drizzy Draking us? Do you have an 11-year-old? Go ahead, my bad.
Oh, like we've been knowing you for over a year. I ain't even know you had
BBL
kids.
Drizzy. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's put this in perspective. Okay. I had my first child at 20. I'm 40 now. So what does that make my child?
You had your first child at 20.
20. So
Uh-huh.
your child's 20.
My child's 20, but then she has a child at 16. I'm a big mama now.
Your grandmother.
That's the big mama.
The big mamas are the ones that's sitting outside.
Right.
Your,
But
making,
big
selling your
mamas-
greens,
but
selling your
big-
cornbread.
no, big
Little
mamas are
little big arms,
no.
and they
Big
fan
mamas,
themselves.
no, right. Big mamas
got-
always used to
I got
no.
another fan right here.
Right.
It's hot. It's hot. Exactly.
Them heat flashes.
Exactly.
But big mamas normally are what? Grandmothers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You're
So
right,
that's
you're right.
why I said 40. You know what I mean? Because I have your great grandma.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's my mother. Okay, so you can say, okay, your great grandmama is big mama, but from our understanding, big mamas are grandmothers.
Yeah.
They've always been grandmothers, always the ones that took care of everybody.
I guess
So if
in
we
my
want to
mind,
be in 20,
my vision of a big mama. Remember Big Mama's
Soul
house?
food.
Yeah.
That's
A
my
big mama,
definition.
big
Of,
mama,
Soul food is
that
my
person
definition of
that,
big
that
mama.
sets you straight when you acting up. The one you got to be. You come over every Sunday, like you said. So
Big mama was the monarchy of
there,
their family.
yes.
he
Was
said 40-year-old big mama is a kid at 12, a daughter has a kid at 12, and a grandchild has a kid at 12 too.
That's wild.
Jesus Christ. No.
That's called generational patterns, generational curses right there.
That's
Anyway.
called me probably getting a murder case. Why is my child having a child at 12? Where
Right.
the daddy at? I'm killing her.
No, but I'm saying like I'm still, you know what I'm saying? I'm still a big mama because I'm a grandmother.
You're right.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
And then my
Like I said,
so
To me, there's certain grandmothers that they're not big mamas to me. I get what you're saying. Don't get me wrong, but in my mind, the word big mama, like he was trying to say, also is that the what'd you say the patriot,
the patriot, like not
the monarchy.
Yeah, she's the monarch of the family.
But-
She's the one she's the one that everybody go to
when there's a problem.
when there's a
there's a
problem.
problem.
Yeah.
And normally back in the
Sunday
day,
dinners.
it's always been a grandmother. It
Yeah.
was never a great grandmother. That's what I'm trying to say. That's my point.
yeah.
My point is I would be the grandmother considered big mama. That means you ain't getting that much advice from me. Okay?
They're going to your mama.
We're going to grandmama.
Yeah, your mama
great
got you.
big
Your
mama. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Great grandmama.
Just putting it into perspective as far as
Right.
age and how things are, because kids are having kids earlier.
And
You see
sorry,
what I'm saying?
And I'm sorry, and I wanted to because I know it's Femi. I don't know the rest of it.
We're gonna call him Femi.
Swam.
Yeah.
But you know, he said he also said big mamas are the matriarch of the family. I said monarch. My fault.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
that's-
monarch is
that's-
kings
yeah,
and
that's
stuff
what we
like
meant.
that.
That's what we
Yeah,
meant.
matriarch.
Thank you
of
for the
family.
correction, sir.
Thank you for the correction. Thank you so much.
You know, I mess with y'all out there.
Yeah.
See, this is what we mean. Exactly. The community helping the community, right? Instead of us looking like assholes out there,
Yeah.
we've learned something.
Because I said monarch. I'm like, no, they not kings and queens. I'm sorry.
Sound like King Charles in there.
Yeah, and I was like,
Matriarch.
and I didn't want to say patriarch because that's something completely different.
I would have said
Patriarchs men.
the
that's men.
Patriots.
So
I would have said
No, that's why I was like, I'm not saying patriarch. No, it's not.
I'm like,
So
talk about
what-
Tom
okay.
Brady now. The Patriots.
All right. So now, what is our conclusion about Monica? What is the conclusion that we got about Monica today?
Who's
Who's Monica?
I mean, Monique.
Oh, I'm about to say.
we all-
I'm like,
we all
the
just go-
first Monica. No, the first Monica I was thinking about was
The boy's mom.
mine,
Yeah, me too.
Monica, and I was like, wait, we talked about Monica.
She got a BBL though.
Oh, she did.
She fucked up her body and got BBL. So, okay, this is what I'm going to say. This is my conclusion. Everybody gets what? 15 seconds to wrap it up?
Yeah.
So you started off.
My conclusion is,
And it's done.
right?
So it's my turn. Now this
It's okay. It's done.
Go ahead.
My conclusion about Monica is,
That shocked me.
I mean, Monique. I know. Anyway,
She's gonna whoop my ass after this.
it's okay. I'm not a Monique. So I don't know what I did.
There we go.
So okay.
Is there applause
So
over there?
That's it.
My bad.
you twist
Read, nigga. My glasses, my Okay, go ahead. My bad.
Anyway,
My bad.
my conclusion about Monique is that she is being a martyr. That's mine. Go ahead.
I feel like Monique, every day you wake up, somebody's out there to get you, not just her in particular. Everybody goes through bullshit. I feel like once you let that energy go, there'll be a lot more doors open for you, right? People hurt people every day, but you don't need to carry that energy because that energy is going to weigh you down and is going to close more doors. Next.
I would say that I believe she should live in her truth.
Mhm.
Whatever she's experienced, I think is nothing wrong with telling people how she feels about her experiences through those trials, because it may teach another person that's coming up
Mhm.
how to maneuver.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
I think that is a good thing. I believe she's now if it's the whole like trying to put people down thing, I don't believe in putting anybody down or trying to unless it's like real fighting words. But besides that, I think she should be able to express how she feels and what she went through and how it has affected her life. So,
That's interesting. We all
And
have
one of our listeners says Monique needs to move on, honey. That's what Kevin Cam said. Okay.
hit a
So-
like button if you love the Monique show.
oh yeah, I love
I
that.
love the Monique show.
I love Monique.
And
Mr. Professor Ogilvy, when she was always trying to get Professor Ogilvy.
Okay, so all right. So give me your conclusion of black people needing to get on the same page.
you said it'll never happen. I said I wanted a rapture. He said that it doesn't need to come down to that. I feel like if I feel like if everybody, okay, not everybody, but if one person every day kind of shows somebody else, it's a learning experience, right? So it's like you and I, we're walking, right, and we see a black person that's struggling to do something. We go help that person. That's a teachable moment for that person, where that person
You
kind of,
can't help everybody.
okay, you don't want to get shot while you're helping some people.
That's what I was
Okay,
about
Rob.
to say. Because I'm not
That's
gonna
where
lie.
we become our worst enemy.
No, it's not a
Why
black
are you
person.
trying to rap?
It's not a black person thing though. It's just a people thing. Because like perfect example, I saw somebody I was coming back from work last night. I saw somebody on the road. I was on the interstate. They were standing, on the divider.
Yeah.
They were standing on the divider waving. And I was like, man, I would love to help you, but I don't believe
these
you
days,
help somebody, they end up taking your life. So
Yeah.
I think there should be business hours for when you help
business
people.
hours
Yeah.
where you help people.
If the sun is down, I can't help you. I can only pray for you. And I can call Hero for you.
And that's what I did. I was like, as I was passing, I was like,
God
I
be
hope
with you.
all was well with you, but
I'm sorry. I can't help you. Too much. Next time in Mexico, my name is Pedro. Yeah, I like the tacos.
Right.
I like the enchilada.
and a kidney missing.
I wake up like,
Oh, it's stitched up.
your turn. Go ahead. My dream is just to have all
Like I
black people. get
said,
together.
I don't we just need to gatekeep our culture. We need to start realizing that everything we just need to come together and be like, you know what? We ain't rapping no more. We ain't playing football no more. We're not buying nothing no more. If it doesn't come from, if these people that are rich start their own football league, we stop working for these people. But you have people that are going, like you said, they're motivated by money, they're motivated by fame. So we'll never have it where all black people just shut down and say F you.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? That's not gonna
The
happen.
love of money
It's
outweighs
the root of all evil.
Yeah, and it also outweighs the ones that wants their legacy to echo for eternity. In other words, if all three of us said we're not going to buy anything from H&M anymore until they learn that they need to put more black creators up there, and the first quarter H&M sees that they've lost 70% of their revenue, they're going to get black creators in there
And
because they know that the voices are now much louder than the damage that they're doing to our pockets.
and what I would say, what I've learned from this,
We'll
from
wrap it up.
this is it's a little different take from both of you, but it's more of
You're an alien. So
I believe that I believe that us as people, even though we have a lot of differences,
Mhm.
we live different lives. We may not agree on everything. I think it's good that we should have discussions, even if we don't agree, because at least we get to know the viewpoints of other people. And if we're able to do that, I think it can help us to grow as a community.
like a healthy debate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'll
Okay.
help us to grow as a community, and we also get to see where the other person is
Coming
coming from, because our community
You mean a
isn't
community
just
with like just black people talking amongst
amongst each other,
Okay.
because it's not just because we're more than just black people. We're black people that live different lives. Within being black people, we're all in different types of groups.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think
And that's what the white people are responsible for.
no, I think it's just that. I just think it's like that. Period. Because if we go to Africa, light skin versus dark skin. And actually, we come here, light skin versus dark skin.
No, in Africa, it's
White people-
tribes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like,
Here's light skinned dark.
We-
I see what you're saying.
yeah, and not only that, we have people that are part of different communities also.
Yeah, yeah.
So within being black, so I think that we should always come together. We should have different discussions, and we should, even though we may not agree, because you're not always going to agree with people.
Yeah.
But being able to have discussions and seeing where other people are going through and what other people are experiencing and understand and trying to understand it will help us grow as a community.
I want to plug one more thing before we recap. Black men need to start going back to public schools to talk to the predominantly black high schools. You remember how you used to have like a speaker come to your class or come to your school and talk?
Dang, we had it good back. Like,
Yeah.
think about
That's
it.
why we grew up. That's why we grew up the way we are right now.
Shoot, I still
Yeah.
remember.
Even people go to prison and talk to them. Now,
Yep.
none of that.
I still remember my teacher. He was the flyest teacher that we had. His name was Mr. Denson. Man, that dude was he was one of those teachers that all the kids liked because, perfect example, he would, when we had assembly, before the assemblies would start, bro, this dude would be busting a move, just tearing it up. We would be over there like, oh snap, Mr. Denson, we see you. And he'd be like locking and popping and
20 years later, he found out he was doing
You
cocaine.
know what?
They
You
said,
know
"Pop
what?
life."
We gonna talk about that just 10. Don't act like it ain't colorist in Africa now and bleaching is crazy. You know what?
It
We
is.
should-
It is.
You know what?
We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, we
we-
can't talk about that.
We're gonna talk about racism, colorism, fetishism, and something else because some people don't understand what those definitions are. And I want to talk about why Black people can never be racist.
Oh, we
See
can
you
talk
next-
about that. We can talk
see-
about that next week because I have
See
have
you
a
next
different
week, y'all.
I have a different perspective. So see y'all next week. Like Scott. Ooh, I say Sky.
I like Skype us. We don't have Skype. This is 2024.
Like, comment, subscribe.
MySpace us.
You don't know.
Black Planet us.
My still
I'm
be
sure
alive.
my age. Black Planet. Who remembers Black Planet?
Yeah.
Black Planet. Black Planet was what? It was like a black.
Dating site, really.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Okay. I know that.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about it was the same type of thing as MySpace. Okay.
No, you know what you was getting on when you get to Black Planet.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
They used
now.
to do those. They used to be all commercials
Yeah.
all the time. When you used to
Like,
wake up,
subscribe,
when you used
and
to leave,
follow.
we used to. Oh, sorry. I just remember when I used to fall asleep watching BET, and then you wake up in the middle of the night and Uncut's playing, and then you'll see Black Planet commercial coming on. But subscribe. I said again, like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back next week.
I need a
same
tip
time.
drill. I need a tip
We
drill.
love y'all.
Said it must be your ass because it ain't your face. I need a
See you
tip
next
drill.
week.
See y'all
I need a
next
tip
week.
drill.
Bye.
That's BT Uncut.